Chapter 71 Cutting Off the Body and Selling It. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Caisang, I have told you a long time ago that if you want money, you can earn it yourself. This belongs to Sang Sang in Changhong. Do you think it is yours? Lin Bai roared. Every time he was angered by this unfilial daughter, he was almost mad to death. Mom, find a match for here tomorrow instead, and get this ignorant girl married as soon as possible. If he were to look at this unfulfilled daughter again, his life would be shortened by a few years. Father. After hearing Lin Bai's words, Lin Caisang's eyes immediately turned red. Third brother, what are you talking about? It's just a matter of educating the child if he's not sensible. You're talking about a marriage. He's still young. Mrs. Lin Lu said angrily to her son. It's because when she makes mistakes, everyone always says that she is still young, which makes her feel that she is really young and it is natural to make mistakes. If this happens again in the future, there will be no peace in the family, mother, Lin Bai said angrily. You are 13 years old, how can you still be young? Is Sang Sang still young? Isn't she digging medicinal materials in the mountains every day to make money? Is Changhong still young? Isn't he going to the mountains to risk hunting to make money? Lian Qing both Zhang Yi and Zhang Yi told me that they wanted to go hunting for wild eggs in the mountains. Chang Feng had to study every day, and at night he had to read books by lamplight and exchange them for money. Look at her. It's not that Lin Bai dislikes his daughter, it's just that her daughter doesn't live up to expectations. Whenever there is something to do at home, she hides in a corner. When it's time to eat or buy something, she appears faster than anyone else. Father, Lin Caisang's face turned red when his father spoke to him, his hands kept twisting in front of him, and his heart felt tight. Why, did your father make a mistake? Seeing that she was still unconvinced, Lin Yang also asked her. Your uncle gave the mountainous area to Sang Sang in Changhong. Your parents don't have anything to give you. Is it possible that you still want your father to cut off the meat from his body and sell it to buy things for you? Lin Caisang lowered his head uneasily, but still secretly raised his eyes to glance at the mountain deed in Lin Laogong's hand. The uncle's money doesn't belong to the family, how can I have a share? She whispered softly, thinking that no one could hear her, but she didn't know that everyone in the hall heard it. Girl you really don't have a share in this mountain contract, not even Changhong. Lin Caisang's sharp eagle eyes swept over everyone in the hall one by one, and finally looked at Lin Caisang, who had just turned his gaze back from Lin Caisang. Sang Sang, what did your father say when he handed this mountain deed to you? If my guess is correct, this mountain should be the dowry your father prepared for you in advance, right? Well, Lin Caisang choked at his grandfather's words. Grandpa, you can't be so smart, she doesn't even know how to answer the phone. It seems, maybe that's what he said. Everyone. Sang Sang, is it really okay for you to take out your dowry? Sang Sang, is this true? Lin Changhong asked. Lin Caisang responded weakly. Dad, it's true. Does he need to prepare Sang Sang's dowry? Do you think that my brother is just a decoration? Sang Sang, my eldest brother will prepare a better dowry for you in the future. Lin Changhong pouted and said to his own sister unconvinced, Lin Caisang, looking into the sky speechless. So Sang Sang, what do you want to do with this mountain land? Lin Laogong folded the mountain deed again, handed it to Lin Caisang, and asked. Chapter 72 At worst, I'll take on a few missions. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Caisang took it, put it in his arms, and thought about it. I want to dig a 20-acre pond on the top of the mountain before everyone in the village starts farming. There are many people in our village, and the uncles in each family are strong, so it shouldn't be difficult to dig a pond. 20 acres of pond, are you crazy? Lin Caisang's eyes widened, feeling that Lin Caisang was simply crazy. 20 acres of mountainous land, how much food can be grown in a year, and what use can it be used to dig a pond? If Lin is not crazy about picking mulberries, then he is crazy. Of course I can do with my things whatever I want. Do you need to worry about it? Don't always think about dictating to me. I won't spoil you anymore. Lin Caisang glanced at her coldly, rode. You. Lin Caisang opened his mouth, but nothing could come out. 300 acres of mountainous land, I think 20 acres of ponds should be enough. In the future, we don't have to worry about droughts that will destroy the grain harvest. Seeing that Lin Caisang stopped talking, Lin Caisang continued to look at Mr. Lin. Gosh, speak your mind. As for the mountainous land, I want to make some more moves and reclaim it into terraces or terraces. This will make it easier to grow food. It's just 300 acres of mountainous land. It will take some time to reclaim it. This is a bit difficult. It's not difficult, not difficult, not difficult at all. Lin Caisang quickly shook his head. Yes, Caisang is right. Mrs. Lin Lu also agreed. It's not the season for picking birds' nests now. Everyone in the village has nothing to do. 300 acres of land will be cultivated soon. Caisang, don't worry about this. Leave it to milk will do it. She patted her chest and assured. Grandma, ask the uncles in the village to help, but you have to pay for it. Lin Caisang reminded them everyone has a big family to support. How can anyone come and help their family? Even if those uncles are willing to come, they would be too embarrassed to invite them, right? Why worry about the wages? Your father is doing craftsmanship, isn't he? Let him go out in a few days and give it a try. Maybe he can make a lot of money. Lin Lu glanced at Lin Bai and said. Besides, the wages don't have to be paid immediately. They are all from the village. Can't we owe the debt for a while? Old man, do you think so? Yes, Caisang, your grandma is right. Lin Laogong nodded, feeling that what Lin Lu said was quite right. The third child has lived quite comfortably under Baizhong's care over the years. Now it's time for him to repay the favor. Let's talk about the people in the village. Maybe Caisang has to pay them wages, and they are too embarrassed to take them. What about the wages? However, one code is one code, and the wages that should be paid still have to be paid. It is just a matter of sooner or later. Caisang, you don't have to worry about these things. You can read at home with peace of mind. We can't delay going to the provincial government to take the examination. Brother Caisang, don't worry about the money. I have been digging for medicinal materials these days. I can earn some money by selling these medicinal materials. If I dig for another month and a half, I can earn more. I will definitely make money from my wages. From. Lin Caisang thought for a while and said, she spent every day in the mountains, and it was not in vain. There were a lot of medicinal materials, although in order to confirm what she said before, there were not many medicinal materials on the mountain, so she did not carry all the medicinal materials home, but they could still be stored in the Jinju space. If you really don't have enough money, you can't accept a few tasks at worst. How can you treat people without paying the medical bills? Chapter 73 Medium Mission, Recommended. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In other words, she had been thinking about taking on the mission, but never took it on. She felt that Jinju space was going to be exhausted. After she was busy for a while, she had to take on a mission and give herself some exercise. Grandma, your grandpa is the most familiar with the people in the village. When I draw a rough sketch some other day, I will ask my eldest brother to work with you. Just leave the money-making matters to me. Caisang, let grandpa and grandma take care of this matter. I'd better follow you into the mountains, right? Lin Caisang frowned, looked at Lin Caisang and said, how can he rest assured if Caisang is allowed to go to the mountains alone? Brother, grandma, and the others may not be able to understand the pictures I drew. How can I rest assured if you don't keep an eye on me? Lin Caisang approached his eldest brother and lowered his voice to explain. Just like the wheelchair last time, Lin Caisang could immediately tell what the painting was. She wanted to try it again to see if Lin Caisang really had this talent. If he did, he would have to focus on cultivating it, when Lin Caisang heard what she said, he nodded immediately. The matter of more than 300 acres of barren mountains was left to the family, and Lin Caisang still carried a bamboo basket into the mountains, only this time, she didn't dig for medicinal materials, but felt that there was no one around, and ducked directly into the golden bead space. Putting down the bamboo basket, she came to the jade mirror. "Brother Yujing, are there any tasks you can take on recently? This girl is particularly lacking one thing, and that is money," she asked, looking at Brother Yujing seriously. "It's hard to move without money, that's who she is now. A 20-acre pond is not just a matter of digging a pond. According to her idea, several extra-large water wheels must be built, as well as small iron dams, which can open the gates when there is severe water shortage. Water is released so that the grain in the fields will not be harvested, but the only thing missing to make these things is money. A word was displayed in the jade mirror, and soon, many words were revealed. Lin Caisang looked at it carefully. There were 3 tasks displayed in the jade mirror. From top to bottom, they were divided into 3 tasks, high, medium and low. As the name suggests, the difficulty was definitely high, which was the hardest. After the medium task, 2 words were written in brackets, recommended. "Brother Yujing, do you mean that medium-level tasks have the most money?" Lin Caisang asked. She just said she was short of money, so this recommended task must be the one with the most money, right? She wants to take on this task, right? Sure enough, another word, yes, appeared in the jade mirror. Then there is no money for high-level tasks. Shouldn't it be that the more difficult the task, the more money you earn? She asked. Advanced missions, you can get more points by completing them, but they take a long time. Most of the people in a town north of Qianlin County are sick, and the government is offering a reward of 1,000 taels of gold for treatment. Are you sure you want to accept the advanced missions? 2 more lines of words were displayed in the jade mirror. If you want to take on a high-level mission, please say that jade mirror is at your service. Looking at the words on the jade mirror, Lin Caisang's eyes flashed. Most of the people in the whole town are sick, so what's the point if there's no plague? Or maybe he was given a chronic poison. But an entire town would offend one person, and would they be so resentful by this person that they would poison so many people? That shouldn't be the case, right? Brother Yujing, let me ask, if I accept this high-level mission, can I still accept other missions without completing it? For example, that medium mission, that she asked, with so many people sick, it would be unreasonable for her not to treat them, right? But if she accepted it, if she couldn't complete the task within a while, wouldn't she suffer a big loss? If she didn't get the money, how would she pay for the work? Cannot. Yujing replied to her with 2 words. Then I'll take the medium mission first. Will the high-level mission still be there after I complete it? Lin Caisang asked again. If there is no one left to treat, the mission will continue until all those sick are dead. Yujing replied to her. Lin Caisang. Brother Yujing, I know you have no feelings, but can you please stop saying the words dead light in the future? Why does she look so scared? Take the medium mission first. She raised her hand and rubbed the goosebumps on her face before speaking. Okay, master. 4 words were displayed in the jade mirror. The next moment, a vortex as tall as a person came out next to the jade mirror and sucked Lin Caisang directly into it. Chapter 74 Little Fatty. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Caisang covered her mouth with a scream. She looked at the men and women who were turning their heads to look at her with an embarrassed look on her face, showing an apologetic smile. When the common people saw that it was just a fat girl, they didn't say anything and continued to turn their heads and look at the reward notice. What kind of disease does the old man of the Zhong family have? There have been so many doctors here, but none of them can cure it. Could it be that he has attracted some evil spirits? Who knows? Although Mr. Zhong is a kind man and has done a lot of good things in the past years, I heard that the young master of the Zhong family has done a lot of dirty things. Maybe he has attracted some evil spirits. Don't talk nonsense. Doesn't the evil spirit have eyes and can't see? What does the bad thing done by little Overlord Zhong have to do with the old man? That the people were talking a lot, but Lin Caisang behind them was speechless and looked up at the sky. Brother Yujing, before you bring me here, can you tell me where this place is? She really doesn't even know where this place is or what its name is. How is she going to treat people? He lowered his head and sighed, now that we have come, we can't go back to Jinju space to teach Yujing a lesson in front of so many people, right? Give way, please give way. The little chubby hand pushed aside the crowd and came to the reward notice. He looked at the flying fonts on it and took it off without caring about what was written. Hey, little girl, do you know what this is? This is a reward offered by the Zhong family to treat their old man's illness. What are you, a little girl, doing causing trouble? Why don't you put it up quickly? That when the people saw that she had taken down the notice, they quickly reminded her. The notice cannot be revealed. Why can't you reveal it? Why don't you just find someone to treat him? Can't you just cure him? Lin Caisang blinked and asked the person who spoke to her. Hey, little girl, you don't know. The man gave her a bitter look, shook his head and sighed. The old man Zhong is a kind man, but the little bully in his family is not a kind person. No young doctor has posted this notice these days, but if the old man's disease cannot be cured, who will not be beaten up by the little bully and thrown out? Little girl, you can't bear that pain. It's okay. I'm thick-skinned and strong. What are you planning to do? Lin Caisang smiled and didn't take the man's words seriously. No matter how evil the bully is in front of her, he can only be obedient. After dealing with so many patients, how can he still be unable to deal with a little bully? You, little girl, why don't you listen to my advice? You really don't. Give me a moment, I'll let you go. That the man still wanted to persuade, but was interrupted by an arrogant voice not far behind him. When he heard the voice, he immediately shrank his stomach and hid aside. The other people also dispersed in a rush. You were the one who exposed the notice that my father just put up. The person asked, squinting at Lin Caisang with a crooked neck and a crooked mouth. Lin Caisang raised her eyes and looked up, but it turned out that it was a young man not much older than her. He just had a good face, but he turned into a clown after being twisted like this by himself. It made her want to laugh. Yes, I revealed the list. The little fat guy is very courageous. Do you know how many people were beaten by the master until they cried for father and mother? Zhong Xiaoboang raised his thumb and pointed at himself and asked Lin Caisang. Fatty. Upon hearing these three words, Lin Caisang's eyes flashed slightly and the corners of his mouth raised slightly. Chapter 75. This girl wants you to beat her enough. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He slowly raised his hand and took out a bamboo stick from his hair, looking at the sharp tip with deep eyes. I don't know, but I can tell you, young master. Mouse, tell her, how many doctors have you beaten? Zhong Xiaoboang shouted behind him, and immediately a servant walked up to Lin Caisang and proudly reported a number to Lin Caisang. My young master has beaten 15 doctors, and each of them has 10 hits. Yeah, Lin Caisang chuckled. How are you scared? Zhong Xiaoboang asked with even more pride on his face. Afraid? You should be afraid. Lin Caisang raised his eyes, wondering how the bamboo stick on his fingertips was inserted. Everyone's eyes blurred, and the bamboo stick was directly inserted into Zhong Xiaoboang's hand. The next moment, snapped. A loud slap fell on Zhong Xiaoboang's face. The pain made him scream, but he stared at his hitting hand. You dare. Snapped. There was another loud slap in the face, and it was a backhand slap on the other half of the face. Before the little bully had time to finish his words, both sides of the face were already red from the slap. Young master, what's wrong with you, young master? But when the mouse saw this, he thought it was the bamboo stick that was causing trouble, so he pulled it out, thinking that nothing would happen. Little did he know, it didn't work at all. Zhong Xiaoboang kept slapping himself and couldn't stop. You, who are you? You dare to bully my young master. Be careful that my master will make you miserable. He became anxious and shouted angrily at Lin Caisang. I posted the notice, so of course it's the doctor. Why, don't you know? Lin Caisang replied with a smile, turning her eyes to look at Zhong Xiaobawang, who was so beaten that tears came out of her eyes. She snorted coldly, reached out and took the bamboo stick in his hand, and threw it to the ground. I like beating people so much, I will let you beat me as much as you want. You snapped. Zhong Xiaobawang wanted to scold Lin Caisang, but the slap hurt him so much that he couldn't even finish a sentence. Your name is Mouse. Lead the way to Zhong Mansion. Lin Caisang ignored Zhong Xiaobawang and gave instructions to the servant. I. The mouse did not get Zhong Xiaobawang's approval and stood there hesitantly, not knowing whether he should lead the way or not. Why, do you want to slap yourself a few times too? Lin Caisang asked with a hard look in his eyes. No. Mouse said no 3 times in a row, glanced at Zhong Xiaobawang timidly, shrunk his head and led Lin Caisang towards the Zhong mansion. Behind him, Zhong Xiaobawang continued to scream from being beaten by himself. Looking at the people around him, no one sympathized with him. He could only point at Lin Caisang's back bitterly and follow him back to his home. I am going to file a complaint with my biological father, in the Zhong mansion. When Mr. Zhong heard the notice about a doctor coming out to greet him, he saw that his son had been beaten until his face was filled with blood. His eyes widened and he pointed at his son's hand that was still beating him with trembling hands. Hand. You, little beast, let me tell you, it's useless for you to play tricks on me. I won't give you another copper. Ouch. Zhong Xiaobawang pointed at Lin Caisang with his other free hand. Before he could say the complaint, he heard his own father's heartless words. He was so angry that his eyes darkened and he fell straight down. I almost spit out a mouthful of blood. Chapter 76. Are you a doctor? Among the girls. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Master, what are you doing? Yun'er is your biological son. When Mrs. Zhong saw her son fainted, she quickly came forward to check the situation. I don't have a son like this. He dares to do evil things outside without telling me that my grandfather is angry and ill. He wants to make me angry to death so that he can inherit the family business, Mr. Zhong said angrily. He's such a prodigal. Even if I give this family fortune to Yun'er, I won't give it to him. Master. Mrs. Zhong was so angry at Master Zhong's words that she burst into tears, but as a woman in the inner courtyard, she did not dare to argue with her husband. She could only swallow her anger and look down at her son, only to see that her son had fainted and the hand was still moving. Slapping herself in the face scared her. Yun'er, wake up, don't scare your mother. Seeing this, Lin Caisang shook his head and had no choice but to step forward, take out a bamboo stick again, and stab the acupoints on Zhong Xiaobawang Zhong Yun's hand. The next moment, Mrs. Zhong saw her son's hand relax, and she looked at Lin Caisang. Mrs. Zhong, remember to educate your children well next time. There is no doctor who can just yell and scold based on his wealth. Don't humiliate others and humiliate yourself. Give him some medicine. A minor injury that won't kill anyone. Lin Caisang glanced at Mrs. Zhong coldly, stood up and walked to Master Zhong's side. Mr. Zhong, I don't know where the patient is. Please take me there. This girl, are you a doctor? A girl? Mr. Zhong was shocked when he saw the scene where Lin Caisang treated his son's hand just now. He thought that his son had driven away the doctor again, but he didn't expect that this little girl was the doctor. This was so surprising. These days, a girl at such a young age could treat illnesses and save people. What, is there a problem? Lin Caisang asked, raising an eyebrow. No problem. Mr. Zhong shook his head sarcastically, he was just too surprised. No problem, please take me to see the patient. My time is limited and I can't stay here for too long. Lin Caisang said. Oh, okay, girl, please come this way. Mr. Zhong personally took her to the old man's yard. Girl, what did you say? In a dark room, after listening to Lin Caisang's words, Mr. Zhong suspected that there was something wrong with his ears. I really couldn't blame him for even saying the word, what? Didn't Master Zhong hear you clearly? Lin Caisang turned around, glanced at him, and asked. No. No, I heard it clearly, but... Mr. Zhong shook his head and nodded, completely in a daze, because he heard Lin Caisang say that she didn't bring any silver needles. Please send someone to the street to buy a pair of silver needles for use. As a doctor, how could he not even have a silver needle? Isn't this a big joke? Girl, don't you have a silver needle that you are used to? He asked carefully. Yes, but it's not a silver needle, it's a bamboo needle. Do you want me to use the bamboo needle on your father? That's fine. Lin Caisang said matter-of-factly, and took it off his head as he spoke. Show Mr. Zhong a bamboo needle. No, I will order someone to buy it immediately. Mr. Zhong shook his head repeatedly. The next moment, he ran out like the wind, ordered the housekeeper to go to the drug store to buy a pair of the best silver needles, and then he came back. Girl, you. Chapter 77. It turns out that it's Mr. Ling's credit. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Mr. Zhong, we sent people to buy silver needles. We have to wait for a while and there is nothing to do. Why don't you tell me about your family's affairs? How did this old man Zhong become so angry that he lay in bed and passed out? How many days have you been awake? Lin Caisang asked Mr. Zhong while feeling his pulse. When this matter was brought up, Mr. Zhong's face became a little embarrassed, and he snorted softly. It doesn't matter if you don't mention this matter. Miss, you should check my old man's pulse carefully. It's all a family scandal, how can he expose it? It's enough that only his family members know about these scandals. Although this little girl is a doctor, she is an outsider after all, so naturally he doesn't want to talk about it. As the saying goes, heal the person first, heal the heart first. Mr. Zhong, I don't even know how the old man fell into a coma, so how can he treat him? Lin Caisang put the old man's hand away, turned to look at him, and asked. Hey. Mr. Zhong sighed deeply. It's all because of my incompetence in raising my son. I have raised such a bad thing. The girl has just seen it. That is my eldest son Zhong Yun. Unfortunately, because the family is too doting on him, even if it is lawless, half a month ago, he was the gambling house lost the place where my ancestors are buried. Puff. Lin Caisang, who had just taken a sip of tea, spit out the whole mouthful of tea, the place of ancestral graves. That little bully was really not a fool. He actually lost the place where his family's ancestors were buried. No wonder the old man was so angry that he fell into a coma for many days. If it had been someone else's house, he would have been so angry that he would have died. Ahem, is this young master really so ignorant? She coughed slightly, put the teacup away, and glanced at Mr. Zhong as if unintentionally. Hey, my family is unfortunate. Mr. Zhong shook his head helplessly. Mr. Zhong, don't be sad. The child is ignorant and can be educated more. Lin Caisang persuaded, glanced at the rosy face of the old man on the bed, the barely visible slight hook at the corners of his lips, and looked at Mr. Zhong again. However, I see that the old lady's current condition seems to have been relieved. Could it be that the previous doctor had prescribed some feasible medicine? Can you take a look with me? That's not the doctor's credit, it's the younger Zhong Yu. Although he is the son of a concubine, he is very sensible and knows some medical skills. When the old man was in a coma, he treated him, but he never recovered. I just put it out there and seek medical treatment. Mr. Zhong replied. These days, that child is also being taken care of by his grandfather. Lin Caisang looked at him and saw that when he mentioned this Zhong Yu, the worry on his face was no longer there, but he looked full of pride. It was obvious that this Zhong Yu was very popular with Mr. Zhong. It turns out it's Mr. Ling's credit. Lin Caisang nodded. Then, if the young master has a silver needle in his hand, I can use it so that the old man can wake up earlier. She asked. Hearing this, Mr. Zhong's eyes lit up, and he immediately turned around and went out to tell his servants to invite Mr. Zhongyu to come. Soon, the old servant Ding came over with the handsome young master Zhongyu, who was dressed in white. Zhongyu also carried a medicine box in his hand, which should contain a variety of medicines. It seems that Mr. Yu is a famous teacher. The medicines are so complete. Watching the medicine box being opened, Zhongyu put the silver needle in front of him with both hands. Lin Caisang looked at him with a smile and praised. "Young lady, you are so complimentary. Zhongyu has never had any master. He just read a few more miscellaneous medical books. He is not as good as the girl," Mr. Zhong said quickly. Although he denied his son's talent and learning, he could not hide his face at all. The look of pride. Chapter 78. Those sidekicks are only suitable for killing people. You are listening at Mtlnovel.audio. This is his son. He is naturally happy when someone praises him. Really? It's even rarer to be self-taught. Lin Caisang glanced at Zhongyu meaningfully and took the silver needle bag in his hand. At this moment, Zhongyu, who was a head taller than Lin Caisang, was also sizing her up. When he saw her eyes glancing towards him, he immediately lowered his head and looked obedient and sensible. Open the silver needle bag, take out one, and start acupuncture for Mr. Zhong. Mr. Zhong, please send someone with pen and ink, she said without raising her eyes. I go. No, Mr. Zhong should just watch here. After all, he is a self-taught person, so there will eventually be something wrong. It is also a good time to see how a serious doctor performs acupuncture to save people. Before Zhongyu finished speaking, he was interrupted by Lin Caisang. He was startled, and his eyes staring at Lin Caisang's back suddenly became cruel, and the surroundings were full of anger. He wanted to snatch the silver needle from her hand and stab her to death. Master Zhong didn't feel anything. He thought it was Lin Caisang who wanted to teach his son, so he went out to give instructions. Mr. Zhongyu, if this piercing point is slightly wrong, it will kill someone. These days, you have been practicing the strength of your hands on Mr. Zhong a lot, right? That while Lin Caisang was giving Mr. Zhong acupuncture to save his life, he spoke to Zhongyu behind him. How did you tell? Zhongyu lowered his voice and questioned Lin Caisang with anger and hatred. So many doctors came in response to the notice, but no one could tell that he was the one doing it, because he did it so skillfully that no one could catch any mistakes, and his grandfather would always stay asleep like this. He thought that what he had done would never be discovered, but unexpectedly, an opponent came today and ruined his plan. Is this difficult? Lin Caisang chuckled and asked him. If you don't want others to know, you have to do nothing yourself. You think your acupuncture technique can be better than anyone else, but you forget an old saying. What words? Zhongyu narrowed his eyes and asked coldly. There are people outside the world, and there is a sky outside the world. Lin Caisang said. After saying that, she moved her hand, put a few silver needles back into the silver needle bag, stood up and looked at him. I would like to advise you, this pack of silver needles is not suitable for you. If I hadn't come here today, you would have been a murderer of your relatives. If you apply another needle with your method, the old man's life will be ruined in your hands. Those side disciples you learned are only suitable for killing people. You. Zhongyu still wanted to speak, but when he heard footsteps coming towards the room, he immediately fell silent and turned to look at his father. Girl, how is my old man doing? Master Zhong asked anxiously when he saw that she had stood up. It's okay for now, and he will wake up soon. Lin Caisang said. Do you have a pen and ink ready? I will write a prescription and use this prescription to prepare a dose of medicine for the old man to take every day. In less than half a year, he will be able to recover, but... She turned her head and glanced at Zhongyu coldly. Master Ling's medical skills are self-taught, and some conveniences must be missing. In my opinion, Mr. Zhong should find a famous teacher for him to study under, and learn the medical skills well first. In these days, it is better not to worry about the old master anymore. Worry. She said meaningfully. Naturally, she wouldn't say anything about these intrigues in the inner courtyard of the house, and she had no right to question them. She was just a person who treated illnesses and performed tasks. Chapter 79. Including anyone, do you understand? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Okay, girl, please come this way, the pen and ink are ready, Mr. Zhong responded repeatedly. Although he didn't understand the meaning of Lin Caisang's words, he still turned to look at Zhongyu. You've been working hard taking care of your grandfather these days, so I'll go back and rest first. When Dad's hands are free, I'll go to your courtyard to see you. Yes, Dad, please leave my child. Zhongyu could only respond, glance at Lin Caisang, then turn and left. Lin Caisang came to the outer room and saw the pen, ink, paper and inkstone already placed on the table, and began to write a prescription. After pondering for a while, he wrote a prescription and handed it to Mr. Zhong's hand. Mr. Zhong, please order me to prepare the medicine according to the prescription. I will write down how to boil the medicine and when to drink the medicine. The old man is old and cannot bear the stimulation. In the future, I will look to Mr. Zhong for some important matters in the family. Don't bother the old man anymore. Yes. Mr. Zhong responded. Girl, when will my old man wake up? Go grab the medicine and fry it. He should wake up. Lin Caisang thought for a while and replied. Take good care of him. I will come back in 2 days to check on the old man's condition. If he has improved, he will be fine. Thank you girl. Mr. Zhong was extremely grateful to Lin Caisang. To others, his son was his lifeblood, but to him, his father was his lifeblood. If anything happened to his father, he would really cry to death. You are really a great benefactor to my family. I have ordered people to prepare some silver. I hope the girl will accept it. Hearing this, Lin Caisang just raised her eyes and glanced at him lightly. She came here just for the money, so she naturally wanted to accept it. Otherwise, how could she have come here in vain? After roughly curing Mrs. Zhong, Lin Caisang took the reward of 500 taels of silver and prepared to leave. By chance, the housekeeper came in a hurry from outside with a pair of silver needles in his hand. When he saw Lin Caisang, he handed it over to Lin Caisang. Lin Caisang was not polite and took the silver needle directly. Mr. Zhong, I'll take my leave first. With that, she left. Master, isn't this girl going to heal the old man? That the housekeeper looked at Lin Caisang's retreating figure with a confused look on his face and asked his master. He has been treated and said he will wake up soon. Mr. Zhong replied that he did not take a pair of silver needles seriously. In his heart, as long as his father could be cured, he would be willing to have 100 pairs of silver needles, not to mention a pair of silver needles. Give it to Lin Caisang. Lao Yu, you have taken good care of the old man these days. No one else is allowed to interfere with the old man's daily life, including decoction. Do you understand? That he told the housekeeper Lao Yu, he is not stupid to be able to support such a big family business in Yecheng. Although he pretended not to understand when the girl was talking to him just now, he really didn't understand, but he didn't expect that there was another reason for his father's coma. Including young Master Yu? Lao Yu asked. Including anyone, do you understand? Mr. Zhong explained again, I sighed secretly in my heart, it's all the fault of this family business. Who said that a big family business is a good thing? But if he really wanted to blame someone, whether it was Zhong Yun or Zhong Yu, they were both his sons. He couldn't bear to blame anyone. He just hoped that one could live up to his expectations and the other could repent. Yes, sir. Lao Yu responded. Chapter 80 Advanced Mission, Prepare all equipment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the golden bead space, Lin Caisang stared angrily at the jade mirror. Can't you be gentler? Also, before you let me go, please tell me clearly where I'm going, okay? She lectured to the jade mirror. Fortunately, it was not difficult to treat this patient. He only had acupuncture points, otherwise, if she says a few more words and she doesn't even know where she is, wouldn't it be embarrassing? However, Yu Jing did not respond fluently to her words. It only showed the percentage of completion of the mission, which was 70%. Why? Every family has sutras that are difficult to recite. This time, this old man didn't exaggerate her symptoms. If she had arrived 2 days later and had been pricked 2 or 3 times by Zhongyu, she would have died in one visit. Some acupuncture points can be used for acupuncture, but the intensity of acupuncture is very demanding. It has to be said that Zhongyu has the talent to study medicine, but no matter how good the talent is, it is just a talent. If no one teaches him, he can only succeed after hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dead people are tested. After several injections, Mr. Zhong's body was severely damaged. He should be able to recover after taking the medicine she prescribed for half a year. Brother Yu Jing, I have barely completed this mission. Can you let me go and see the high-level mission? She was still thinking about the high-level mission. So many people were sick. She would feel bad if she didn't go and see it. Moreover, there are still 1,000 taels of gold. If she had this gold, she would be able to do whatever she wanted. She would never have to worry about eating and drinking. Well, she had to admit, she was mainly thinking about gold. Master, high-level missions are difficult. Yu Jing recommends that you prepare all equipment. A line of words appeared on the jade mirror. Equipment, what equipment? Lin Caisang asked, a little confused, but the next moment, before Yu Jing could answer, she had already thought about what kind of equipment she needed. Naturally, it was medicinal materials. She was now a bare-bones person with nothing else. So many people in a town were infected with the same disease. How could she not be more careful? If she accidentally brought the source of the disease back, wouldn't it be the end? It seems that Yu Jing is right. She still needs to prepare some things. In other words, stay in that place for a few more days, get the disease under control, and then come back. No, if I don't go home at night, Grandma will be anxious to death, right? She immediately rejected the budding idea in her mind. In fact, if someone can cover for her, she doesn't have to go home. After all, Grandma is also very busy. Her own fields need to be cultivated, and she also has 300 acres of mountainous land over there. However, she doesn't want others to know about her golden bead space, not even her family members. Don't answer it yet, wait until I find more medicinal materials. She said to the jade mirror. In other words, let's wait until she thinks of a better reason to stay away from home for a few days. She has been busy for most of the day and needs to quickly find some medicinal materials and then go home, otherwise Grandma should send her brothers and sisters out to find her. It was already dark, and when Lin Caisang returned home carrying most of the basket of medicinal materials and saw the man sitting at her table, she was dumbfounded. Brother Melian, damn, why is this dangerous man at her house? Hey, Sang is back. But when Lin Laogong saw his granddaughter back, his face was immediately filled with smiles. Are you hungry? It's time to wash your hands and eat.